For one reason or another, Cthulhu keeps sending me stuff. This time through its intermediaries at Chaosium. I finally received my backer copy of Horror on the Orient Express. It's a very large box. I'm not quite sure how to communicate how large a box it is, except to use the ancient method of measuring with body parts. So, you know, this goes all the way from the very tips of my fingers up to where my watch would rest. It's a big, big box. So, let's open it. For those who might want to calculate just how big, that big. Before we really get going, if anyone's wondering, how interested I am in Call of Cthulhu products like Horror on the Orient Express, well, I have Call of Cthulhu, the 5.6 edition, World War Cthulhu, Achtung Cthulhu. There's Clockwork and Cthulhu. We have the second edition of Call of Cthulhu box set. We have the fourth edition of Call of Cthulhu here, and lurking in here we have the sixth edition of Call of Cthulhu. So these are the ones that I have with me in Korea. There are more in the bunker on the other side of the earth. So yes, Call of Cthulhu has been important to me for a very, very long time. This is the game that gave me my voice as a game master. Okay. Now, as people who follow this channel may know, I'm not really one who purchases printed adventures. It's not really my style. So why would I invest heavily in Horror on the Orient Express? Well, I own the original, which was an amazing boxed set with separate booklets inside and the train plans. I think it was really initially the train plans that got me interested, but also the rich locational information that it promised. I was thinking about how many countries, how many routes, how much history was involved in Horror on the Orient Express. And I remember being enthralled reading through it. Never actually completed running the adventure with a live group, but it's one of those modules that you look back on fondly and think, I learned a lot about how to run the game, or learned a lot about that period of history from this product. So I was very thankful that it had been produced. So when I heard a deluxe version of that very important module had been kickstarted, and that as the support grew, that more and more was being done to cause this classic campaign to stretch further back into history and dig deeper into setting material, I couldn't not back it. So let's dig into the box with my very small scissors and get through all of this tape. Now, it was mailed on the 25th of February, and I got a call that it had arrived. It was actually sent to the wrong address. I got a call that it had arrived on the 2nd of March. So this is the next day I went and picked it up. As you can no doubt tell, the outside of the box is in excellent condition. And for the amount that the company paid in postage, relieved for them. All right. I'm going to need more hands. Oh. Okay, so that part's open. One moment while I get rid of this. Okay, we're back. Let's get this open. It should be enough, and it is. So a nice heavy box. Always happy about that. Box within a box. Even happier about that. And I see the hint of... Haha. You know it. I see the hint of foam peanuts. Well, it looks like this box is more than I was expecting. This is more of my rewards than I thought would be in the box. I'm going to put this aside. This will be Horror on the Orient Express cup. Excellent. I was worried there'd be multiple shipments that might go astray. So this is the Madness on the Orient Express collection of tales, 16 Lovecraftian tales of an unforgettable journey. Looking forward to that quite a bit. And we have the Express Diaries. All right, look at that. A very nice hardcover slipcase. Well, not slipcase, dust cover, dust jacket. Second cup. We'll get to those in a second. So much stuff. This is amazing. Okay, what could these be? All right. Are these the ticket packages? Let's quickly take a look inside. I ordered a lot. I'm getting in my own way. I ordered a lot of passports, okay, for different nationalities, for different scenarios I have in mind for this campaign and others. So, right, so we have, thanks to all our backers, Kickstarter information. Okay, some of these are marked, some of them aren't. Oops. Okay, so I added on a lot of extra passports. So that's those. Look at all the peanuts. Horror on the Orient Express handouts for the investigators. Look at that. A full-size, several hundred page, at least it feels that way. How many pages? 192 page book of handouts. That's pretty awesome. Followed by another book of handouts. This is book 6, as you can see on the cover. And this one is also book 6. I have 2 of them. It's been so long since I did my backer thing. All right, here is the amazing, look at that cover, the amazing Horror on the Orient Express, specific keeper's screen, trying to keep it out of the glare. Lovely. This cover, I believe, was seen on the French version. That's a great map of the route for on the player's side. So I'll open that up later. Down here, I think, is the t-shirt. I think I'll leave that in place for right now. Got peanuts exploding everywhere. And here is another t-shirt and something else. Okay, well, let's take the t-shirts out then. Right. A very blue-black t-shirt saying we have the outline of the train, and I backed. This is the 1000% backer shirt. Oh, that's awesome. And Chaosium.com on the front, and the back, Horror on the Orient Express. Let's see if I can get that visible with the logo and Kickstarter stuff. Slick. That's a nice t-shirt. I wasn't really sure what to expect. I didn't investigate what the shirts would look like. Next one, black, more my color. Same back, Horror on the Orient Express. And, oh, sorry. The back of the other is the front of the former. Okay. And on the back is blank. Nice. Very cool. And there's still more stuff. I haven't forgot. We did order a campaign, did we not? Well. Oh, I can barely lift it. This is immense. And I'm literally straining to hold it up. I'm not as strong as I used to be. That is massive. How massive, the folks at home are saying. That massive. You're all now comfortable with the size of the packing box This is the size of the horror on the Orient Express. The whole width of my palm. It's bursting at the seams. It wants to come out of the shrink wrap. But there's still more deep down in here. There is a canvas tote bag which says Orient Express. Right? An unforgettable journey, and the Chaosium logo on the other side to help you tote all this stuff around. Oh, this is interesting. Lead Call of Cthulhu figures. I haven't seen these in ages. Nice. Very cool. The investigators were portrayed, if you've never seen Call of Cthulhu miniatures before, the originals at any rate, I can't really see, there's so many people tucked in here. They are portrayed in 3 stages, you know, sane, stressed, and then absolutely nuts. We used to get a kick out of painting those up. Horror on the Orient Express dice. Those are nice. I can recognize the Q Workshop branding and packaging. Those are very, very slick dice. Let's see if I can get us into better focus so you can see the Elder sign. No, it's just not going to happen. There we go. Apologies for all the shadows. Yeah. Nice dice. Okay. Is there more? There is more. There is the Horror on the Orient Express soundtrack. So, musical score to underscore your adventure. Slick. I believe we've reached the bottom of the box. We have not. We have this. What is this, you say? Well, I'm not sure I can get this open one-handed. There's a variety of material in there. Yeah, it's definitely not going to happen with just one hand. Pardon me. Okay, looking deeper inside, I recognize what this is. This is part of my play settings. I ordered play settings for... They've got custom-made play settings for the Orient Express to, you know, add further depth to your session. So right now I'm not going to take these out of here because I want to keep them in good condition. Apologies for that. I will take them out and I will display them later, but I need a place to store them first, which is a bit of an issue right now. Okay, so let's recap. We have play settings. We have the Horror on the Orient Express soundtrack with awesome cover. We have a package of lead miniatures. Some of them are pretty wild looking, with bases included, which is kind of nice. Ah! I would have forgotten the cups had I not decided to recap. So I believe I can get the cup box open with just one hand. And this is a belief not borne out by reality. One moment. So looking down inside, this is the first view I have. We have this rich blue with the Orient Express logo and Chaosium logo. One side. Very heavy. I'm not going to drop it like I did the box. That's lovely. I'm glad I ordered those, and I'm glad I got 2 of them. Would have been nice to have 4, but, you know, expensive at the time. Okay, restart the recap. We have the soundtrack. We have miniatures, which are cool. We have 2 mugs. We have the set of dice. We have the canvas tote bag. We have the black Horror on the Orient Express t-shirt. And we have the navy 1000% backer shirt. We have my many, many documents, which are awesome. We have 2 books, the Express Diaries and the Madness on the Orient Express. play settings. We have the very cool screen. I got not one, but 2 copies of the handouts. Because I guess I'm always paranoid about running out of the very cool handouts. And we have the campaign itself, which, oh, good God, is heavy. Let's clear the table off so we can look at it. Okay, here we go. The Horror on the Orient Express, a luxury campaign spanning the European continent, with that wicked cover I liked so much from the original. And, wow. Just take a look. How big is this? Right? And just packed. I'm sure by now you've seen other unboxings. Mine had a very long way to travel. But let's figure out the best way to get the shrink wrap off. Okay, well, I guess the best way is on the back. It's already kind of coming open here. Let's take a quick look at the back. Funded with Kickstarter, an M for mature content, advertising the new edition of Call of Cthulhu, and then a brief look at the contents. Like before, the campaign is split up into several books, which goes up to 5. Handouts is book 6. Right? And there's the object of our desire. Yes, we're doing kind of a bit of a shaky cam thing here because I don't want to give too much away to anybody who might want to play through this and can't help themselves from watching. So, now, the shrink wrap. Okay. Thin, easy to remove, which is kind of nice when you only have one hand. It's getting tighter now. We're losing ourselves in shadow. Okay, I've got it off all the way around the top. Okay, let's lift the lid. Now recently when I unboxed Cthulhu Wars, one of the big issues I had was getting everything back in the box after it was over, and I was very glad that there was a reboxing video already out on the internet. Hopefully I won't be in the same condition here. There we go. Tightly packed. You can see now that the top is off that the contents have actually risen up above the level of the box. The box itself is advertising the new release of the Elric rules under its new name of Magic World. It's advertising the 7th edition of Call of Cthulhu. And it's advertising the amazing BRP, Basic Role-Playing. And on the other side of the box, we've got different important releases. One of these that I'm particularly in favor of is Mythic Iceland. It was incredibly well done. And then the last thing is advertising Chaosium fiction. All right. What's in this massively loaded box? This piece of paper, The Traveler's Companion, Orient Express Matchbox, which was one of the things I loved most about the original Massive Nyarlathotep, was building my own matchbox. It's very cool that there's another. The Orient Express envelope with more passports. There's luggage stickers, postcards, bumper sticker, the fold-out Orient Express route map, book 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Then the fold-out train car and the other major handout. Okay. So we recognize this awesome thing, and then right underneath it is, wow, that's gorgeous, is the simulacrum and our not do-it-yourself matchbook. Now, because of mailing restrictions, you can't send matches through the mail, so we get toothpicks to replace them, but I'll be using real matches when I run it. Okay, one moment. Next item is the guidebook, right? The Traveler's Companion, which is a fantastic idea, I think. Maps and all the places of interest as you go through advice for travelers. Really, really like this idea. That's very exciting. We have the great map. And then, you know, completely up to the edge of the book, like everything else is extra, the campaign books are sitting. Okay. So book 1 is a very narrow book. Now, as backers, we've had the PDF of all of this material for a while now, so we've had a chance to review it. Trying to find the page number, and I'm not being terribly successful because we're in the ad. So there's 74 pages of material for the campaign book. Then we get into the actual sections of the campaign as we go through the Alps. Massive. Then book 2, dealing with Italy, equally massive, perhaps more so. And then we get to the end of the line, right? Constantinople and Consequences, which is a little bit smaller. And you'll note I'm not showing you inside, except maybe to do like this, which is a fairly classic Chaosium style, a little more photographic than you might be used to from 4th or 5th edition, and larger font, little classier layout. Horror on the Orient Express, we have the Stranger's book. I'm not going to open that. And then we have the handouts book. Doesn't it look familiar? Yes, it should. And that's almost the bottom of the box. A little difficult to get out. And we can assume that at the very bottom, that is hard to get out. At the very bottom, we have the train, which I do want to show. And one of the cool things about the train is how realistic they make it look, right? With smudges and weathering and that sort of stuff. Right? So you build your train, right, laying them end to end as you play, sleeping cars and whatnot. Okay. And there are, of course, quite a number of them. Okay, put that back in the box, and that takes us all the way down to the bottom. So getting things in and out, one-handed, not advised. So now, let's get everything back in the box. So with the simulacrum, or simulacrum if you prefer, it's not as easy as I might like to get everything back in this box. Would have been nice to have a little bit more space, but then of course things would move around, so it's hard to say. We'll see if I can get it closed and how it is. I may have to store some of the items in a different place. What's in the box? Okay. And slowly ease it back down into place. And, well, I definitely have more space showing than when it arrived, but I guess that's just life. This has been an unboxing of everything I've gotten so far from my Kickstarter support of the Orient Express at the engineer level, the international engineer level. The shirts are, I should say, medium weight. Good. I note I made my classic error. I always think in Korean sizes when I order t-shirts, so I ordered American size large, thinking Korean size large. So I guess I'll either have to get fatter or just go with that classic loose t-shirt look from the 90s. Okay. Thanks for sticking with me this long on what has been a pretty exciting unboxing for me. This is one of the biggest Kickstarters that I backed other than Cthulhu Wars, and it's been a long time coming, and the effort that has gone into making this one of the most, let's say, deluxe campaigns of all time has been visible. People haven't always been happy with the level of communication that's come out of the Kickstarter, but that's a part of growing pains. Chaosium is trying to move forward into the 21st century. Not being an apologist for them, but I think it takes time to go from an old business model to a new business model, from an old way of communicating to a new way of communicating, from an old culture to a new one. something I've had to do more than once. So, Horror on the Orient Express is here. It's out in the wild. It's arriving even to backers in far-flung Korea. What will happen next with Chaosium? Call of Cthulhu 7th edition. We'll unbox it when it arrives. Thanks for watching.